I hope everything doesn't break. Let's test things before we start. Let's see. Blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Are we good? Yup. How's this? Not working. Alright, let's fix this right now. Because I can hear it. I can hear the music playing, but I am glad that I am testing this right now, even though I am 5 minutes late. Let's see. Give me a second. Blah, 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 na, na, na. Remove that. Add it back. I beg of thee. Let's try it. Yes? Yes! Yes! Let's go! Okay, it's time. Please don't break. Post the thing. Yeehaw! Alrighty. Let's do this. Let's do this. Please hold. Blah, 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 blah. Give me a second. Alright. We should be good. And if we're not good, then whatever, I guess. Yo. Everything should be working. It is definitely the most, like, complex thing in the world for me as a babby at streaming, but let's see if the pen works. I'm pretty sure it does. I just tested this. Oops. A little big. Please hold, please hold. Hold on, let's do this. There you go. Yahoo! Yay! Yay! Things are working. If I do hello and I do this. Yes! Yay! Yay! Oh man, this is gonna be this is gonna be hell. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, hi! Hi, Ann. Clip Studio mentioned. Yep. Because I get to keep this forever when I pay once, and I don't need to be on a subscription. Yay. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Hope things are well. So, I guess what I should talk about first is, why I am doing this. Not why, but just, like, the rundown, like, what's going on. Uh-oh, hold on. Give me a second. Is it stuttering? Twitch just went like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, there's not any music supposed to happen right now. Don't worry about it. Everything is good. But I just want to make sure that, like, the audio levels are fine. Here, let me play some music to start. Yes? Yes? You can hear the piano on the bottom. Yes! Let's fucking go. Hell yeah! We love to see it. A successful stream. Alright, yahoo! Alright, well, yeah, we're just gonna get started. It's my new program. I love when numbers have 6 years. Hell yeah. Yeah, I bought this, like, what, years ago or something like that, and I actually just never used it. And so now I'm like, huh, maybe we should actually utilize this program that I used. Okay, let's get started. I figured for the very first thing, we just do something super duper simple just to get the brain flowing, and then that's kind of, let's just see what happens. So let's pick a song. I'll do this. This one's great. We'll do it. PM. Yay. Form. It's go time, baby. Oh, I love this song. Man, you know what? Animal Crossing in general has some killer stuff. Hold on, let me turn this down a smidge here. Very nice. I'll turn it down on my end as well. Okay, perfect. Now I can hear myself. Yay. Animal Crossing New Horizons is really, really great. I was a little iffy on the music to begin with, but I was like, you know what? It's pretty good, actually. That being said, New Leaf and, like, a lot of the kind of, like, drum kit, kind of, like, scrappy vibes, that's definitely something I really do miss. And this kind of feels like a really nice hybrid between, like, modern and, like, vintage kind of sounds. You know what I'm saying? So, let's start from the beginning and let's get this shit rolling. It's weird to use the pen on YouTube, but it's fine. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's how I do form. Let's do intro. And then this is going to be the number of bars. Right? So I believe it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, we can do this here real quick, just as a short MM. That's a sheet music thing. And this is in sexy. Very unique 4 Yahoo. Alright, let's do this. Again, this is just a warm-up round. Here we go. So that's 2. A. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So kind of 4. This is like the second part of that. So 4, 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure. Repeats. 2, 3, 4. Okay, that changes. Little breakdown. I believe that's 2. This is just gonna be rough. Okay, and then that's the outro. So, outro. Let's say, I think it was like 2 or something like that. Yeah. Yep, this is just gonna be rough. Just to get this shit going. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Alright. Now, the harmonies of it all. And then this is where we can actually start getting to the fucking meat and potatoes. Yay. Let's do this. Okay, that's good enough for now. Pause, please. So this is fun. Like, yeah, so the intro to this song really doesn't like have any specific melody to it. I think what it's really trying to do is it's just trying to establish the tonal center. So we have like, we got C, right? And then that's kind of in itself, it's kind of like whatever, I guess. But like, if you think about it from a harmonic standpoint, we got, right? Right? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna write any harmony for the intro because it's literally just like duads or dyads or whatever. It's suggesting the tonal center, and then we go to our first actual chord, which is F. Yahoo! Yay! Hi, Flower! Was streaming my time zone. Impossible! Hey, turns out, I do these sometimes. We are just doing a very, very, very rough music analysis of 5 p.m. from Animal Crossing, and then I'll do a request, like, from last stream first, from Toku. I feel like I owe that to them. But let's just get this shit going. Let's see. So I believe what it was and then it goes down to a minor major 7. Ooh, and that melody, ooh! Okay, I have a lot to talk about here. Again, I'll keep it short. This is just to test shit out and make sure things are working properly. So let's start with A. Here we go. A. Bup. And then we have beats. There you go. So, we have F major 7 first. And then we have, which, first of all, if we're in the key of C, going to the 4, and then immediately going to a minor 4, and especially with that like sexy little 7 situation, major 7 situation, it gives this kind of mentality of like, not just coziness, but like nostalgia. I think minor 4s in general are really, really, really good. If this is a 1, we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We're counting, and then you go to a 4, that's normally what it is, and it's pretty, you know, bright and cheery and everything. But if you go to the minor from the 1, it like breaks from the scale, and it's kind of weird. It kind of like feels like bizarre and strange and uncomfortable, but in like a pleasing way. There's enough where you're not going from like here to here, right? You're going from, you have some common tones, so it still sounds palatable. So yeah, let's do that. I forget how to properly write minor major 7, but that is what I'll do for now. So it was like, it's 4, right? 4, 4. that's what it is. I know it's E flat something. Let's see what it is. I'm actually probably not even gonna finish this, to be honest. Okay, one more time. Oh, interesting. Right? We have the minor major 7. Oh, that's fun. Uh-oh. Ah, shit. Hold on, please hold. I didn't mean to do this. Hold on. There we go. Okay, crisis averted. That's not E6, by the way. That is, hello? Okay, fine. Loudest Amber Alert went off on my phone when you press that one chord. It sounded kind of nice for a second. Honestly, let's do, if I was more, skilled in streaming, I'd switch over to Logic and then download a YouTube Amber Alert, and then I would just make a song, like, in 10 minutes, but we're not doing that. But that's really funny. Okay, let's see. So this is interesting. We're just gonna do we're gonna do this section here, and then we'll cut it off, and then I will take requests afterwards. Hey. So what's really funny about that, so first of all, this is just a basic E flat major 7 chord. So what's really funny about this is the bass, if you really listen closely to the song, it goes up. And it sounds like an inversion, but it's not. Right? Normal. And then it goes up. What I could have done, it could have gone, just keep going down. Right? That would have been completely fine. I think the cool thing about that just like simple harmonic movement is that when it goes up, it perks up your ears a little bit because human beings like patterns, and so the pattern is right, and then we go, which is weird. Oh, hello, bye, and you're done. Womp. Banned! You're banned! Okay, yeah, so it goes up, and that's really funny, and really cool, actually. And then that's the new pattern. And then it goes down to C. What I think compositionally it's doing with that bass movement is we have this like really nice, warm, deep tone of if it kept going down, it works. Yeah, this is the harmony. Right? And then it just keeps going down. I think what it was trying to do is that the composer probably realized if you keep going down, it just gets darker and darker and darker, and this is Animal Crossing. It's also 5 p.m. You can't get away with that kind of shit when kids are like just getting off school. And so it's like, well, how do we make this bigger? I can't do... If I can't keep going down, so I might as well go up. And then, that's great. And then look what happens when I'm here at C at the very end of the phrase. It transitions smoothly into the original pattern on the bass line. Yeah, super interesting, and I'm pretty positive that this is all just for everything's for E flat. Let's just finish this off, and D minor 7. Let's do D flat, major 7, and then we have C, major 7. Yay! Composer. The composer. Evil. I mean, genius. This is the fucking. Haha. Okay. Yay. Okay, great. That was fun. Alright. Bye-bye, everybody. Get the hell out of here. Alright. So that's fun and all. But now, we ain't fucking around. Toku, you suggested a track. If you want to change it, you can. But last stream, you suggested a track after I did a Mario Galaxy track. And you survived through that stuttery hell. 5 p.m., done. No more 5 p.m. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. But Toku, yeah, if you wanna, I forget what the actual song is called, but you can suggest that one or something else. Okay, cool. What was it called again? It was from Mother 3, I know. I think it was a sentence, right? I'm pretty sure. Hold on, I'm sitting on my foot and it's falling asleep. Oh, and then there were none. Hell yeah. Let's do it. And then there were none. Yahoo! Let's do fucking... Alright, here we go. I'm pretty sure... Is this gonna kill me? That's Siva. Yeah, that's Siva. Alright.
Aldi doesn't pay for cart handlers, no savings go to
God
you.
damn. Hell yeah. Aldi. See, I might not be an affiliate, but you get streams anyway. I might not be a partner, but this just happens. Alright, let's listen. Oh, so pretty. I still need to play this game so bad. Oh my god. Frankly, I need to play Earthbound so bad. I know, it's bad. I love the soundtrack. Ooh, that's pretty as hell. God damn. Ness looks like... What does Ness look like? He's like, or Lucas. He's got like this kind of beady, like, dot eyes, right? Like this. And he's like, right? And he's got, like a little floofy hair situation. can move it around. Can I do this? I should not be given this power, dude. Alright, here we are. Okay, so what we'll do, we will minimize this. And can we shrink it? How do I shrink it? How do I shrink? How do you shrink? Do I do... Oh god. Oh, this! Yes, dude! There we go. Yay! What? Yes. Oh, so sad. You gotta play my other 3. I know I have to. Oh, and I hear
no
that.
manual for moments like this.
Go back.
No tour.
$10 for a large,
Oh,
$10 for any 3 toppings.
Is there an extended
$10 for
version
your choice of
that I can
pud
use?
crust. Only at Pizza.
I'm gonna look that up.
Need better sleep? We can.
Yeah, I first need to play Earthbound because I fucking love that soundtrack so much, and I still haven't played it. And oh, whoops, it's already here. Let me do extended. Let's do this. Sure. Is this right? Ooh, with that crunch. Ooh, that GBA crunch. Fuck it. It's more accurate. Let's do it. Okay. So, let's do this. What are people saying? Can percentage. Let's do that. It's my favoriteest soundtrack and the ones I'm familiar with. It's killer. I have listened to all of Earthbound and all of Mother 3. Their soundtracks, because I went through way back when I get out of here. Uh-oh, hold on. Please hold. You fucker. Delete. Okay, great. Can we delete? Can we go away? How do I go away? There you go. Bye. So I'm still trying to. Oh, thank you, N. I appreciate it. You're gonna just have to deal with me being a simpleton. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. I think yeah, I need to go through Earthbound first. Fun fact about Earthbound before we get started. I listen to the soundtrack obsessively, love it so much. And when I was applying for college, for like art school, and I got in and I met my mentor for the first time, I emailed her like, here's the kind of music that I want to write. And I sent her a YouTube link to the Earthbound intro. You know, the right? That one, I sent her a link to that and I was like, I want to write this kind of shit. And looking back, I was like, you know what? I appreciate it, but respectfully, how the hell is a music school teacher going, what are they going to do with that? You know? And it kind of worked. I mean, like, we definitely did some, like, analysis or something, but none of my teachers, all of the mentors that I've had in my time in music school, none of them knew what to do with the shit that I was giving to them and what I wanted to make. None of them cared. One of them asked me what a GameCube was. So, you know. Clearly, it, you know, was not the most productive environment in that way. So, it's okay. It's fine. Let's do... And I'll make it a little cleaner since I'm treating this more seriously. And then... There were none. Yeah, not knowing what a GameCube is in this was 2017. Yeah. And this was a mentor I had in my third year, and he like was an incredibly accomplished like contemporary violin performer. Let me move that up a little bit. Hold on. And so like you talk to him about like Cage and Xenakis and fucking crazy ass people, then he's all about it. And he was very helpful when I was writing acoustic stuff, but the moment that he was like, "What's a GameCube?" I was like, okay, maybe I should save this for like another time because I don't, I'm not gonna get the information that I need. But as like a traditional like composition mentor, he was excellent. All right. Let's get some of the form. This should be easy. We're going to count beats as per usual. Is there an intro? There is, I think. I will count that as an intro. Let's do this. Here we go. It's time. Let's do intro. This is a long song, so we might need to break this up into multiple sheets, which is totally fine. Let's do Here we go. That was 2, I believe. So the reason why I'm counting this is to provide, because some chords go by so quickly, and I do believe that having the length and duration of time of each of the chords, like the rate of chords, matters a lot. So I think it's important to see that. But let's. Here we go. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Oh, sorry. There you go. 2, 3, 4. 1. Repeats. Changes at the end. Two, 3. 3. That's interesting. Let's say this stands for transition. It's 3. Go to a B section. Ooh, this is really interesting. So the form of this is like actually kind of ambiguous. Very free flowy. Ooh, that crunchy chord, hell yeah. And then it repeats, I assume, right here. No, it repeats. It repeats that section. Wow, interesting. Alright. I do not think this is B. This is just an extension of 2, right? 3. 4. Transition. That's a sneaky transition. That's 3, I believe. Continuing. 1, 2. 3, 4. I will count that as 7. How about that? 4 plus 3. And then we get to the actual B section here. Right? Let's go back. It's around here, 3-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeats. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Ooh. So it slows down a little bit. Let's say out. Sure. 2. Okay. Sure. And then repeats. Yahoo! Perfection. Now, the fun part. This is fun, but like, you know what I mean. So, we have now harmony. Is there like a word for that fluttery effect with the flute? Fluttery effect. Oh, do you mean like a I think it's like a glissando. I hope that's a glissando. I'm pretty sure it's a glissando. Yeah, that's usually when, like, at least in piano, when it's like, that is, you know, when you're going up or down the scale. I think that's right. Yes. Yeah. Confidence in music analysis. It's very pretty though. It's a great effect. Okay, hold on. Let's go back. Let's make this happen. Here we go. All right. Confidently, we are in the key of F major. Now, usually when I do these, I like write it in the top right corner, but it's currently being occupied by sad Lucas, who says dying. So let's put it here. How about that? Let's maybe say like, let's make it smaller. F major is the key. Ja. Ja, that's good. That's good, ja. Repeats. Okay. Oh, I could probably use a shortcut there to press K. Hoo. Very devilishly, delightfully devilish, Seymour. Here we go. So here's what's going on. Let me put this off to the side. The intro begins like this. First, it establishes the tonal center. It establishes. That's what it is, yeah. F major 7. We are in the key of F. And immediately goes to. That's what it is. So here's what it's doing. The song actually starts on the 2, right? Here's the 1, here's the 2. Which is a pretty, I would argue, relatively common starting point. So the song starts da, da, na, So that's like the A section basically. So we have da, 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 da. So this is where we're starting, right? This is not the 1. This is not the tonal center. F is the tonal center. This entire song, I believe, is in the key of F. It doesn't change. It would be weird if it started just kind of immediately here. It wouldn't be weird. But people would think that the tonal center would be G minor, which is not the case. You're starting in F. In order to transition, this is during the intro. In order to transition into A, which is our main section, we're doing something called a cadence. Whoa, what's a cadence? Well, a cadence is a very basic harmonic movement where it's starting C, right? If you go C, G, C, that's a cadence. So basically, it's anything that leads into something else. So if we're in the key of C, and we're doing a whole bunch of stuff like, you know, this is G. If you notice, your ear wants to go and resolve it. Your ear wants to make this chord resolve. This is known, I don't remember what kind of cadence this is, but it's the most common. This is the most common form of 5-1. Like a massive amount of music. I would argue 80% of music utilizes and relies on cadences like that. There's other stuff you can use to make things a little more interesting. You could use some extensions to make it, you know, interesting. You could use other weirdo chords to kind of do the same thing. Or you could do like, which is very church-like. You could do weirdo shit. Right? So like there's like a million different things you could do. You could do like do inversions. There's so much. Music is fucking crazy. Music is fucking crazy. Music is psychotic. That's what I'm really trying to get at. Music is deranged and psychotic and fucked up. And I love it. Weirdo chords. Why is it that some chords are used more often than others? That is just like a consonants thing. So for example, if you think of like, again, your average pop song, let's say you're doing like, you know, right? Or like, there's a million songs like that use that chord progression. 6, 4, 1, 5. There's a million chords that use that. Certain chords sound very familiar to like specifically our like westernized ears, I would argue. So in a lot of pop music, it's like the most simple because Flower says because there's only a few open chords on the guitar. That's also true. Yeah, there is like there are certain chords, and I'm trying to phrase this in a way that doesn't like completely confuse the hell out of people. Yeah, basically it's like there are certain things that I think over like centuries, certain like kinds of styles of music that are easy to understand. And if you go like, right, if we use that for hundreds of years, we would think that that is completely fine, and then we would find the poppy shit really fucking weird. So I think it's just like a history thing, right? That's like, okay, you've heard that on the radio, you've heard that in a million other contexts. So I think it's just a familiarity thing. So at least going back to please hold on. Going back to Mother 3, if we're in the key of C and we want to go to, oh, whoops, sorry. We're not in the key of C, we're in the key of F. Whoops. If we're in the key of F, we go to D. This wants to go somewhere. It's the most basic thing in the world. 5, 1, to G. G minor, which is R2. There's a lot of shit. I would love in the future for these analysis streams to have some kind of like piano visualizer, so that you could actually see the movement. Because what I have right now, let me show you what I actually have. I literally have like Logic Pro minimized. I guess I could technically show that, but then how do I, so there's no like horizontal thing. Yeah, I don't know. Hell yeah, I could recommend you a great free one I use. Oh, thank you. That being said, I use a Mac, so just be aware of that. Yeah. I'm a Mac boy. All right, let's continue because this track is really beautiful. It also has Mac. Hell yeah, let's go. Hell yes. So okay, this track is really pretty because it's basically like a ballad. I don't know the context of this track. I do not want to know the context of this track. I have a feeling that this is a track that is used in very, very important, poignant moments in the story of the game. And I think this being a ballad, it also has a lot of the like general standards of a ballad. So it's like pretty slow. It uses a lot of like sad, reflective kinds of chords. But I will actually, we already know the first two, so let's make this happen. We got our intro. Dun. This is to establish that we are in the key of F major. So let's do beats. We have F. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's major 7. And then we go to D7. That is what is known as a dominant chord. It is exactly what I described of like the cadence stuff. That's what it is. Let's continue. Actually, let's do this first before we do anything. A. Let's do this shit. It's more complicated than that. Spooky. It's like the cartoons. It's like the cartoons always use really funny effects. It does. Here's another one that is always fun too. Getting very sleepy. All right. Okay, but This D7 is a sexy little thing called... There's a diminished 7. N, whole tone. Yes, whole tone. That I just played a whole tone scale. Very commonly used as like a... going to sleep. You are drifting off to sleep. And also used by Debussy in a lot of Impressionist works to suggest mystery and water. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh! So this chord that they used, and I'll try to speed it up because I want to get to more songs. It's just a dominant 7, right? It's literally just the... that's what it is. They're just adding a bunch of like colorful notes in there just to make it extra spicy so that the resolution feels like more satisfying. So how do I write that? I guess that's a diminished 9, right? Is that how I would write that? I think that's how I would write that. Hold on, it's... Okay, too big. Please hold. No, not zoom. What am I doing? Oh, brush size, there you go. Now I do... Yes! I am a pro. Alright, here we go. So I believe this is... How would I write this? Because that's the normal 9. Oh, this is a flat 9. Alright, so let's just do D7 flat 9. Alright, don't worry about that. Point is, that's a weirdo chord. You want to talk about weirdo chords? That is a weirdo chord. But it makes it more satisfying. We have G minor. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. That's 4. This is all going to be 4 right now because it's very square. It's very plain. I assume that the context of this, again, don't tell me, but I assume the context is keep it simple, keep it, it can still be rich in terms of like harmonic density or whatever, and like the chords are really pretty and like, you know, blah, 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 blah. But it needs to be simple and singable at its core. Minor 7. Oops, that's a horrible 7. What is it? Let's play. Okay, that's just a basic. A7, another dominant. Look at that. There's a million dominants in everything. Hell yeah. This is a... I will explain this after. B half diminished. Whoa. Alright, so what this is. Again, I won't spend too much time on this. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, perfect. I feel like what does it say? I feel like the simplicity in the rhythm adds to the reflective quality. It feels more like clarity or solitude. That is 100% correct. The chords are so pretty. Yeah, that is 1000% correct. I think the thing with music, especially with stories in general, is that it changes the flavor of what a story is trying to like get at, you know, what it's like the purpose of it. And I think you can do a lot of really interesting things. And so for something like this, you hear the music, you immediately assume, I immediately assume that this is for a scenario that requires a lot of reflection and a lot of, again, it's a ballad. And I think it does a really, really like spectacular job in communicating that. And so we have G minor to another dominant. Just adding shit because it's pretty. Then we have a B half diminished. What is that? Well, it is, if this is B, right? This is B major. That's it. Just three notes. A diminished chord is where you take the third and the 5 and you flat it by 1. So you get this really weird, uncomfortable chord. It is used not as a tonal center at all. It is primarily used as like transition stuff to make things, you know, it can be used as a substitute for a dominant, other stuff like that. Anyway, point is, they just added what the composer did, the sick bastard, added a 7. This is a diminished 7. This is the ultimate, like, horror movie, like, you know, whatever, you know, that kind of thing. You sharp it, and it gives this, like, it's not as dissonant, it's not as, like, uncomfortable as a typical diminished 7. But you make it, it's called a half diminished. You make the 7, you bring it up. It feels more open. It sounds a little more open. And so it's not nearly as severe as if it went from, you know, right? That would sound like, whoa, we are going crazy. But if we do this, it's still like a little uncomfortable, but it's not as uncomfortable. It still allows itself to go into, and I mean, common tones also are a thing. This is part of the key that we're in. Or I guess it would be F, right? We're part of the key. Anyway, God, I here's the thing. I love talking about music. Writing music to me, very difficult. But talking about music, oh God, I just nerd the fuck out. I don't have anyone to talk about this with, so it's always really fun to actually. One of my friends, like IRL friends, his girlfriend, after like a year and a half of knowing her, she casually just dropped some crazy fucking lore, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I was in a jazz band like when I was in high school." I was like, "What? You can read a lead sheet? You can play jazz? Jazz is hard. That's not like what?" She was like, "Oh yeah, like I played like classical piano when I was a kid, and I just kind of like, you know, like I was like really, really big into music." And it's always like a funny thing because it's like, oh shit, I never get to talk about this shit. Oh, a lead sheet is, so let me look this up. It's a term that's used in jazz. So if you look up jazz sheet music, this is only for jazz, side note. You look up jazz sheet music, perfect example. Fly Me to the Moon. This is a lead sheet. Most sheet music that you will see, let's say you're learning a piano piece, it shows all of the parts of the piano. If you're learning an orchestral piece, it's showing all of the parts of the orchestra. A lead sheet is basically like a shorthand version of a song. So Fly Me to the Moon, they don't need to write out all the drum parts, all the bass parts, all they need is the melody. You can see right here, the melody and the chords. That's all you need. And the reason why this is the case for jazz is because with jazz, the entire point of like traditional jazz, I suppose, and lead sheets are like being given the ingredients to a song without a direct recipe. Yes, and that's the point of like a traditional jazz song. Is here is the skeleton. Here's the most important elements are the melody and the harmony. And I guess the form, but that's like a given. The melody and the harmony. That's what it is. Now, with that in mind, do whatever you want with it. You can maybe substitute some chords. You can play around with the melody a little bit. You can arrange it like anything you want. But the point is, like, here's what it is. Have fun. And the entire point of jazz too, or at least, again, a big aspect of jazz is improvisation. And so what'll happen is a lot of jazz songs, they'll play the melody first, all the way through, and then they'll go into solo sections where people say, fuck the melody, we're just going to use the chords. And then, you know, 2 or 3 people just go back and forth doing solos, and that's it. And then at the very end, they go back to the melody, and then the song ends. That is like kind of again like traditional, and I guess modern. I should say modern as well. But that's generally the jazz like form. Here's a melody. You go crazy. It's really cool. Covering a jazz song, he was creating a ROM hack? See, I know fucking jack shit about a ROM hack, so maybe. I don't know. I guess if, like... Maybe it's more indicative of, like... Kinda, yeah. It's like... You know what it's like? Actually, I know exactly what it's like. It's kind of like, you know how people make, like, little things of, or what is it called? Little remixes of, like, World 1-1 in Mario Maker? Like, from Super Mario Bros. It's like, the level design is, like, there. Like, that's unchanging. But in Mario Maker, people do, like, kind of parodies of World 1-1, and it creates an entirely different kind of vibe. People can fuck around with it a little bit, like, but it's still kind of recognizable as 1-1, level 1-1, right? World 1-1? Level 1-1? World 1-1? Whatever. So maybe that's kind of what it is? Anyway, the point is, jazz is cool. That was the entire point of this entire talk. Jazz is nifty. That's what matters. We got 4, we got 4, we got 4, we got 4. Alright, we gotta speed it up, or else we're never gonna get through this. So this repeats. Yeah, this is so loving and simple. Alright, let's do... Let's just speed through. So we have the exact same thing, basically. G minor 7, A7, D minor 7. Oh, God. Those 7s are crazy. It changes here. Whoa. What's going on? Oh man, that's so nice. Ooh, it repeats. Okay. That's fun. Ooh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so basically what this song is, it's teasing. It's edging. This song is edging. This is sad edging. Okay, hold on. Let me explain. Everyone, calm down. It's fine. Don't worry about what we're talking about here. So this is edging. So, you know what? Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Okay. So we go from, da 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 da. Repeats. Instead of going to that B chord, because we don't want to repeat ourselves or else it's just kind of the same thing over and over and over again. So now we get a hell of a lot more consonant. So we go to B flat major. Yahoo! For the sake of simplicity, let's just kill the sevens. We get it. It's lush. It's pretty, you know? And also, like, half of these are not sevens anyway. Point is, let's just stick with the letters. Yep. And then we have A minor. So if you kind of think about it like that, and like that. You know what I mean? It cuts it off. And it starts a new phrase. This chord right here, this chord, that chord is serving two purposes. It's the end of this particular thing here, right? This first A, like this A1 section. And then it also, that's A1. It also is the beginning of A2. I'm going to delete all of this, don't worry. Which is crazy. I love that shit. That is a very fun, complex compositional technique. The concept of being edged sadly to mother. Thank you, N. That's what I'm saying. Tension and release is boring. Now edging. Music edging. Now that is powerful. So yeah, now we have like a new kind of like subsection. And it's pretty simple actually. Going down. There's something so powerful about just very, very, very simply going down, and then it repeats technically. Let's do that. I think there's something really pretty about just simple. You're not doing anything crazy. We got the crazy shit out of the way. And now we're just going down. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's so pleasant. For a split second. And then there's a reason why I say it's edging, because okay. Actually, let's start a little bit. Alright, so we were at the B. A minor. G. F. Ah, so nice. Hello, Gliss. And then hell yeah. So we're at A minor again. Then we get this chord. The assholes. We get that chord? What the hell? Alright, let's start a new thing real quick. Uh-oh. Whoa, please hold. Okay, are we good? Wow, that was weird. Oh, I see what's going on. I know why that happened. Give me a second. Can I just like, how do I? Just new, right? Boop. Yahoo. Yahoo. Yes. Yes. I'm learning. Okay. So we have, how about this? Let's do this. Can I, actually let's do this on the computer. I need to explain. I can't just like leave it at like, oh, it's edging, haha. That's like a horrible, I can't, come on. We have to actually explain this shit. Let's do, get back up. Nah, shit, fuck, hold on. Please hold, please hold, please hold, please hold. Please hold. You! Move up. Let's do like this situation. Go this way. Where are you? Here you are. Yes. Unfortunately, that means that... Oh, whoops, hilarious. That's funny. And then... What was it again? This one. Yes! Yes! Yeah! Yes! Okay. Back to what I was saying. So it's going down. Very pretty. Let's basically just do the same thing, right? B flat, A minor, G minor. Everything's normal. Everything's cool. Uh-oh, wait, just fucking kidding. We just did the exact fucking trick twice. And did a crazy fucking chord to it. We went... Oh, whoops, that's even wrong. Hold on. There you go. That's what it's supposed to be. There you go. Weird. Remember that, like, really fucking weird, ugly chord I was talking about? This song uses it right at that moment. Let's say A flat diminished 7. So instead of that half diminished where it was kind of like, oh, it's kind of like nice and like pretty. Nope. Fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck your family. We are doing full blown. We are now going crazy. But then, because of that, it releases. And then it comes again. Okay, so that okay. Here's what's going on. So we have... And then... Oh, okay. Back to safety. Back to the key that we're in. Alright, and then now we're gonna go here, right? That's what's gonna happen. That's not what happens. So what happens is, let's do the first B flat. I don't remember the melody, right? So nice. Very nice. We're establishing a new pattern. Everything is safe. We're good. We're good. We're good. We get to this diminished. Oh, that's weird. Okay. But that was only a transition chord. And now we're back to... What? Like, that's literally what the song is. It's basically creating what N said. Tension and release. But the release isn't happening. The tension is getting close to release. You could argue close to the edge. You could argue that the harmony is currently edging. The chords are edging. And then you get close and then you have to stop. You have to stop. You have to go, you have to do something else. Go do your taxes or something. And then you go at it again. And you're like, okay, back to normal rhythm. And then you stop. And then you, like, pet your dog. Ugh. You get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it just gets fucking crazy. And I love it for that. It makes the song infinitely more interesting. If it stayed consonant, if it stayed in the key the entire time, it would be effective. It would be pretty. I'm sure there's plenty of songs in this entire soundtrack that just have one key. It doesn't go outside of that key. It doesn't do anything weird. It's just very simple and straightforward. And that works beautifully, right? But, like, for something like this, I think there's a tragic element to all this. Like, a lot of these chord changes, it's not just sad and reflective. there is like a tragic, like, you know, and what I know from Mother 3, I'm kind of, you know, I have a feeling that this song is used in particularly brutal elements or something. So now we go from G minor. Oh wow, we're about to release to C7, and then, just kidding. Nope. D flat. Fuck you. We started a new one. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really funny. I guess if I wanted to do like traditional analysis, I would do like a 2, 5. Fuck you. Right? Yep. Alright, so I'm just going to do a very rough analysis of this last part, and then I think I would like to move on, because we've been spending a lot of time. And frankly, it's because the song is so long, at least in terms of video game standards. We go to the 2. Ooh, pretty. Ugh. Oh my god, dude. Here's our 5. And then we're back. No 1 for you. Not allowed. Here's a cage for you. Okay. So what we'll do is, I think all I want to do is analyze those like last 4 chords, and then I would like to move on. It's not like the most complete analysis in the world, but again, it's a long song with a lot of different moving parts. So we have shit. What? Hold on. Oh, so pretty, dude. That's what it is. That is the jazziest goddamn chord I've heard in my goddamn life. So here's my Achilles heel. Jazz harmony, quite difficult. And it can be hard sometimes for me to actually... That's what it is. So I'm gonna need to piece it together little by little, even though I know exactly how it sounds like. We got... I'll explain this afterwards. Hello? Okay. We got... Let's just make this big. G minor 7 2. It's an A. Ooh, that's fucking spicy meatball. God damn it. Instead, that's a... Oh, God. That's the 3. That's the... Oh, shit. Hold on. It's like a flat 13 or some shit like that. How about this? A7 spicy extensions. Because I'm lazy and I want to move on. Okay. There you go. A7 to D minor. all 7. This is the part where basically it just kind of goes like, now we're still doing a lot of tension like stuff, but oh, whoops. Now we just get to go fucking crazy. Okay. I think we're done. Was that helpful? In the slightest. It was fun. I'll say that. This song rules. Thank you, Toku, for recommending this. I need to play this game. I feel like I learned a lot today. I think you learned, you learned about, musical gooning. So, you know. All right. Let's do this. Here we are. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Oops. Stop it. Blah 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 blah. Okay. New song, new song. N, do you want to suggest something? You don't need to if you don't want to, but I figured. Or Flower, one of the two. If they're still here. Whatever works. I am free for analysis disposal. Ooh. Okay, here is a sin of video game music sin. I'm leaning forward for this one. I've never heard the Fez soundtrack. I only know like the main theme that like everyone else knows. I know. I know. It's fucking crazy, dude. I think you'd like the Fez soundtrack. I think I would too. I like, from what I've heard of it, it is just like incredible. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Oh, I would love to help YouTube answering. Which of these beverages have you seen online video advertising for recently? Alani Nu, Monster, Red Bull, Celsius. I haven't heard of any of these. Okay, thanks. Bye. Let's listen. Hold on, before we do anything. No, not few. Yeah. Ah, shit. This sucks. Not the song, the drawing. Let's make this cuter. God, I suck at drawing. It's building up to something fucked up. I'm ready for it. I'm so excited. Ooh. Yup. Oh shit. Sorry, hold on. I did something wrong. Okay, we're good. Wow. Ooh, interesting. Okay, this is fun. This is actually the perfect song to follow up the last Mother 3 song. Okay. Wow, I have a lot of ideas. Thank you for this track. This is great. Let's do this. All right, here we go. That was fucking beautiful. I love that. And beautiful for a different way. Side note. Which I'm gonna get into. Let's do this. This is gonna be a long ass form. Hell yeah, you can save it. It's a little small. What I'll do, at the end, I'll make it bigger, and then you can screenshot if you'd like. Yeah, go ahead. My shitty Gomez drawing. Alright, oh, sorry, it already started. Whoops! So I'm not counting that intro, just because it's, I think, purposefully free time. So let's just do... This is gonna be a tough one. Oops, a little big. 4, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, let's say 8. Either 8 or 16. Whoa. Interesting. Three, 4. I think it's in groups of 8 and not 16 like I was thinking. Yeah, this is in groups of 8. If this is in groups of 8, we can start counting. Sorry, y'all, but this is going to be very, very important for what I'm about to talk about. It's nothing crazy, but this is fun. Okay, here we go. That's like technically your count in. 1. Oh, no, not yet. All right, here we go. Everyone count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have our first 8. 1. The bass comes in. Not the bass, but a little plunky comes in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Second 8 comes in. Next layer layers on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's our next 8. Thank you. 1. Next layer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 4 8s. Next one. 1. Replaces a layer with a melody. 3, 4. This is our melody. 5. Melody stops, brings back in, be back in line. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, back to the intro. 3, 4. Let's say like 5, 6, 7, 8.
I've seen plenty of power banks over my 15 years
Stop.
of reviewing tech, but this Ridge...
Stop. Okay. Yeah. Oops all 8. Oops all 8 and oops all A. I definitely can. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I can totally do that. Let's do that. Thank you for reminding me that that is a feature. Okay. So this is... I really mean it. This is the perfect song to follow up the Mother 3 track that we just analyzed. There's a few reasons for that. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Let's just do that. Yeah, for a few reasons. I'll say the biggest reason is the compositional function and compositional intention of both tracks. With the Mother 3 track, the Mother 3 track was, from my ear, it was composed as like almost a piece of song or classical music. Maybe not classical, it's going a little far. I would say just like it's a traditional song that it goes from one chord to the next chord to the next chord, has a general like melody to it. It's kind of doing a lot of certain things in terms of like, you know, tension and release and like all of these things, expectations, like chord stuff. Like it's a very, very traditional like video game music track, which is great, which is very, very fun to analyze. honestly, with that track, I probably could have gone like maybe another 30 minutes or an hour or so, because, you know, there's a lot to it. It's very, very thoughtfully composed in this kind of like manner, right? In a song way. What makes this track completely different, even though it's also a video game, what makes it completely different is that this is composed through the lens of a producer, of like music production specifically. So what I mean by that is, if you imagine all the layers, it's not doing anything crazy with the harmony. Here's what the harmony is. Let's write the harmony right fucking now. Right? That's what it is, right? Let's listen back. Oh. That's it. That's what it is. That's literally what it is. That's all. That's it. I mean, I'm shortening it, but like, that's literally it. Exactly what you wrote. E flat minor to E major. That's exactly what it is. The entire song is E flat minor 7. It does, the 7 is important here because it does utilize a lot of the 7 aspects. It's not just a triad. Anyway, point is E flat minor 7, E major 7. That's it. And the reason why that's okay is because it's not the point of the song. The point of the song is not to utilize cadences and to utilize specific like tonal harmony and that's not what this is. What this song is layering. That's all it is. And again, it's a very like electronic production mindset. And so what makes this interesting, going back and forth over and over, you would think that you would get bored by that chord progression. There's a few reasons why you don't get bored by this chord progression. Number one, the first reason is that there's a lot of time in between each of the chords. So it goes... It goes again. So it gives your ear time to acclimate to chord number 1. Oops. Chord number 1. And then chord number 2. They're both, you know, they're going back and forth and it's like nice to hear. But it's giving your time enough break. Because if this song went... It would be... You would go insane. You would go insane. Straitjacket. You would die. So, like, it's annoying. It's annoying as hell. So he lengthens each, like, the duration of each part. That's number one. The other reason why I say that this song is developed through an electronic like production lens, like a music production lens, is because of the way it's composed. So if you notice the form here, and I could have gone deeper into this, to be honest. All of this, right? Here's the reason why I did this. The entire song is based off layering, and in production, that's all you kind of need to keep things interesting. You don't need anything else. Some songs don't even use 2 chords. Some songs just use 1 chord. And they just entirely rely on rhythm. They rely on different melodies. They rely on counter melodies. They rely on drums. They rely on bass. They rely on a bunch of different aspects that do not require harmony whatsoever, because that's not the point. That's not the point. right? So we have, I'm just going to take it through manually. This is our first date. This is setting up the entire thing right now. Same thing. It's a little detuned, that's fine. We add the little bass note. That's all. And an extra little, like, mallet. Right? Third one. We added something else. Number 4. We are still setting the framework. This is kind of a pseudo melody, but it's more so acting as another layer. Okay, so those initial 4 measures of 8, those 4 are just laying the foundation very slowly and very intentionally. It is very patient, and they are just like it's literally building a building. You are building the like fundamental layers for how this track will survive. So then, after we build those layers, and the person is kind of lured into this like sense of security, this flow, this sense of familiarity, then we go to here. This is our first indication of a specific melody. Here we go. And cheeky fucking bastard. What's really funny about that is that, so there's our first initial melody. It doesn't even last the entire 8 bars. It cuts off halfway, which is hilarious. So like, it goes, da, 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 whatever it is. And then it goes back to the layer. You could even say, if you wanted to, I'm not going to do this. Oh, wait, what did I just do? What did I just do? Whatever. You could even say, technically, I guess I'll do this. Like, you could do like a +4 and then like back up, right? You literally could do that. Because this is the introduction of a melody. That's why I put it here, right? So let's delete all that. So that's the first part of where your ear perks up and you go, oh, a melody. And then halfway it cuts out. It's so funny, but it's like, it's cheeky. Right? So we have right here. A melody with that lovely pan flute. Bye-bye. Goodbye. We're done. Alright, it's getting louder. Building. Our first bass note. Right? This is the first bass note. Melody again. The exact same melody from before. Also, gets out of there halfway through. Exactly the same. These two are connected. And then it slowly moves back up. All the layers pretty quickly start to fade out. As soon as you think you're gonna get some crazy fucking beat, it fades out very gently, very subtly, and then fades out to here. Amazing. Amazing. Hell yeah. And I love it because it's so different. It is just as interesting. It is just as musically and intellectually engaging as the previous track that we just analyzed. But they're coming from completely different ways of building interest and keeping interest, of building tension, of making things feel good. Like, it's completely opposite. It's really, like, amazing, actually. And yeah, it's, like, sick as hell. Yeah, very, very different, but I love it. I really love it. Something I also find a bit interesting in Fez, the songs don't really loop. They play and then fade out for a bit, so you just get the ambience and then come back like a minute or so later. Really? Oh, I didn't know that even. See, because sometimes video game soundtracks, I mean, I've done this. Sometimes soundtracks, like, even though they loop in game, for the soundtrack specifically, they, like, either do phases and they, like, fade out, or they have an actual ending. So it differs, but seems like what you're saying is that, nah, this is, like, in game. So it just kind of, like, fades out, a little bit of ambience, and then it comes back in. Yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot. It's a hell of a lot easier for us. We just write the damn thing and then, like, just fades out. We don't need to worry about looping. We don't need to worry about, like, any, it's really funny. But yeah, that's great. That was fun. Man, that was really, really cool. Ugh. Head swirling. Alright. Next song we're doing, this will be the last one. This is my choice.
Red Bull Soapbox Races.
Red Bull
coming to
Soapbox.
Los Angeles. Catch SoCal's most creative driver.
Okay, thanks. Hell yes, dude. Let's just play this out. Are you in? Hell yes. Hell yes, dude. Oh shit. What do Pikmin say? Like hop or like meow? What do they say? What do Pikmin do? Maybe that? Maybe a little. Actually, probably smaller, right? This song is fucking crazy. I love it. All right, hold on. Let's pause a little bit. Let's pause. Let's do a palate cleanser. Let's do while I get everything ready. Let's do fucking Piclopedia. That would be my like serious choice. If I were like analyzing it from like a really like crazy perspective, whatever.
75% of some.
But fuck it. We're doing Breadbug. Oh, dude, come on. Like, really? It's so good. It's so good. Like, come on. Ugh. Wow. Also, thank you, and my shitty drawing shall be cherished deeply. This song is fucked up. This song has changed my life. I think. Like, I'm kind of joking, but I'm also kind of not joking. I love the Pikmin like soundtracks just so much. I used to get high to the Piclopedia theme. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous. If I smoked, sure, why not? Why not? This is a killer song for just like absolutely relaxing. Getting me fucking zonked out of goddamn. Let's listen to this just for a tiny bit. No? Oh, hold on. I have an idea. Give me a second. Ah, shit. Oh shit! Oh, no worries. No worries then. Such a great screen, cool to hear your analysis. I hope you do more of these. Hey, guess what? I am. Because this is really fun, and I'm really, really enjoying this. And I appreciate you for coming. It means a lot, actually, so thank you. Also, Toku, this is you. Oh shit, my brush size. There you go. I don't know what you look like, but this is you. I can't draw. Oh, so shit at drawing. That's so funny.
When it was time to add my son to our car
What?
insurance, I was scared to even
whatever.
think about.
Blah 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 blah. You know what? That's great or whatever, but is it really as good as this? I mean, come on, right? If that's Piclopedia, this is Breadbug. Hell yeah! Let's get fucking weird with it! Yup. Okay. Enough fucking around. Let's harmonically analyze this this piece that is quite expressive and interesting. It is actually really, really interesting. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because what kind of analysis is there in terms of harmony? There's no harmony. This is all cluster chords. Like, right? This is cluster chords. So let's... Should we even try the form? Let's do it. Fuck it. This will be the last thing. It's going to be very quick. This is just... I'm just memeing at this point. But, yeah, let's do this. Form. Here we go. We got, is there an A section? Is there an intro? Yeah, that's an intro. That's hilarious. There's an intro. Believe it or not, even the fucking, like, goofiest, funniest, meaniest, chords, or not chords, fucking songs, it has a form. And there's a logic. There's a reason why it sounds weird. There's a reason why it's kind of funny. There's a reason for all of that. Let's do it. Actually, let's set it up first before we do anything. Let's do... intro. Oh, wait. Whoops. Let's do... intro. 4. I believe it's just 4. And then we go into... Alright, let's do this. Three, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. It repeats. There you go. Let's confirm. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it goes into a phase. But that I'm not going to count because that's just, you know, Pikmin is has adaptive music depending on, yeah, like different stuff. Treasure, working, battle, enemy, yeah, all this stuff. So, so what's really funny about this track is in a similar vein. Oh god, how do I say this without sounding like a fucking pretentious asshole? So this Breadbug theme to me feels like the most pure form of music composition. So what I mean, hold on. Everyone, hold on. What I mean by that is there is an kind of crazy melody. There's like a crazy like looping pattern. There's like a something like that, right? Something like that, right? When I say the purest form of composition, I mean that like there's an intro to establish the like main thesis of the track, how it's gonna sound, what the ideas are. That's like getting you familiar with the rules of the track. A introduces the melody form. Melody. A introduces the melody, and it kind of does its whole thing. It introduces that melody. That last four builds up. So it builds up into like a kind of climax moment, and then transitions back into the loop. Oops, other way. Back into the loop. Back into the loop. We have our, so literally, thesis, like, development, climax, repeat. That is the Breadbug track. It's crazy. But, like, it works. It works because the form works. The form is something that all of us are very, very familiar with. I would argue. Like, these are just, like, fundamental aspects of music. You introduce an idea, you get the listener to be a little familiar with it, you add on to it, you make it a little exciting, and then you loop it, you go back. And that's, like, kind of everything. That's how a lot of pop form is like intro, verse, refrain, verse, refrain, and then like a bridge, and then refrain, but like crazier refrain, and then the song ends. That's what it's doing. It's the exact same kind of thing. I'm forgetting if all Pikmin 2 songs have variants based on what is happening in the game. I wonder if that's why this one is so simple. Oh yeah, all of them do. Pikmin 2, yeah, all of them have different forms depending on what happens, and that's, you know, obviously a quite video gamey thing. So when an enemy's near, this little like that adds. Everything else is the same. This one. There's a battle. There is an offbeat, which is amazing. Oh, it's so creative. There's an offbeat, like, drum thing when they're fighting. This one's unused, but it's cute. It should have been used. When they're carrying treasure, the bass gets doubled into the melody. Back to like an enemy, and there's nothing happens. So really, I mean, a lot of Pikmin's core like soundtracks, especially for things like the caves, they have to be very simple so that they can be layered on top of stuff. That's why Pikmin 4, for me, was so simple, because they wanted to have layers for like 50 different things. And it was insane and very impressive. That game is extremely impressive when it comes to like the adaptive music aspect of it. But when it comes to the musicality, not as big of a fan. But the point is that Pikmin is like very, very, very well known for this kind of thing. But yeah, there's not even harmony to really talk about. No, I'm like not even kidding. Like literally. It is entirely chromatic. It is entirely like it's atonal. This is like atonal music. There is no it's and it rules because it's simple and it's empty and sparse, and the instruments are chosen really, really carefully, and it's just like teetering on the edge of being annoying, and some people probably maybe think it's annoying. Me personally, it's not annoying. I love it. I love it so much. It's so good. Oh man, yeah. This song rules. Yeah, there's nothing else. That's kind of it. Anyway, that's my stream. That's my stream. Yay. Bye-bye. Four legs, because why not? Okay, actually, let's maybe not. Let's do the Picklepedia again, just to really end off on a chill note. Here we are. Yes. Back to normal. Back to normal. Okay. So, that is it for this music analysis stream. I am really, really, really happy that this actually worked out. I was nervous because of that first initial stream, with the stuttering, and who knows, maybe down the line, stuttering happens and I'll just need to figure it out. I have a feeling if it starts stuttering, maybe I like delete the thing in OBS and then just bring it back again, and hopefully it stops. We'll see. That being said, I think what it was I think the reason why this is working pretty well is because each of the layers are like individual. I'm not gonna get into it, but like, as opposed to last time where everything wasn't one thing. So if I wanted to adjust something, that was it. But anyway, point is, this was really, really, really fun, and I love this shit so much. Next week, I would really love to analyze songs from the new Tomodachi game that I have been obsessively playing. I would really love to do that. Yeah, we'll see. So, like, next Tuesday, obviously, streaming Tomodachi again. Let me turn this down a tiny bit. Or actually, I can just do it myself. I'll do it here, too. But, like, yeah, so next Tuesday, Tomodachi, I'm streaming the hell out of that game. I am very excited about that. And then, yeah, next Wednesday, I'm gonna analyze tracks from the game. And I'm fucking hyped about it, so. Yay! Alright. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I appreciate it. This is really fun. In the meantime, why don't you think of some new songs to potentially suggest. Anyway. Okay, bye-bye!